Alright, let's get into it, fellas. I just came back from the illustrious, beautiful city of Wollongong for Expand Gong 2, which was March 31st to April 2nd, I want to say. Maybe? Let me double check that. Yeah, March 31st to April 2nd. So yeah, I just got back. It is the Wednesday now, so I've had a few days of rest, relaxation, and recovery after the big tournament, and this is just going to be my recap. So we're going to start out with how the tournament generally went, as like, in a game sense. Boozer finally clutched it out, which was awesome. The storyline there being that Boozer he won Tassie FighterCon, which is like not the biggest tournament. It was more of like a national than a major. But Boozer finally clutched out a major win, which was really big. He wasn't able to clutch it out at SXC and let Duwon get it, unfortunately. Couldn't find it at Dyad either. Couldn't find it at OHN. So he's making all these top 8 placements. I thought he was a super consistent placer. Top 8 at basically every major that he went to. But he finally won over Ricky. He won all the way through grands. Didn't drop a set, I don't think. Almost dropped a set to Joey. Almost dropped a set to Joey. In winners round 3 of top 48, I think. So he played really well, and it's also the other storyline. There were like 3 major storylines that I really enjoyed going into this tournament. Was Boozer wins a major, Ricky goes all in with his new mains at a major, being Olimar, Count, and a bit of Curran, but he lost to Dens with his Curran, so we probably won't get the Curran. But yeah, the Count, which is the me brawler, and Olimar, he did really well with. He came second. And last of all, Shrix and ACT playing really well. ACT really showed up to this event. Pazex and Shrix eliminating... what's his name? Extra. And our friend Big Sick Nick. And just their ACT just doing really well. Vic sort of fired back with Ignis and Duon, double teaming Waveguider out of bracket, and Ignis and Boozer eliminating Pazex. But they went back and forth. I think ACT's really, really showed up this major, so I think that's another side thing. But more importantly, from ACT showing up was the Shrix saga. Shulk top 3 at a major. So yeah, Shrix is Shulk. First time it's come out of state. For a big event, especially Vic's. I know New South Wales people have probably seen him before, but this was totally new to us. We hadn't seen him at an event, and it was pretty crazy, I'll be honest. He train wrecked us. Luckily Ricky was there to stop him. He played that match up a lot better than we did. And Shrix looked a lot more lost against Ricky than anyone in Vic. So that was really awesome. So I think those were the 3 really cool storylines from Expand Gong, and it all came together really in a nice tight bow, and I thought it was a fabulous event. I'm going to go into a few things that I think they could have done better, but overall I would give this event a thumbs up. It's probably... I think... So, some things that I think for Expand Gong 3, I think having a bigger, better Friday night would have been better. So Friday night we got there, and we were leaving on Thursday, so we'd planned to leave on Thursday, but then I was like, well, there's nothing been announced for Friday night. We're not doing anything Friday night. So okay, we'll leave Friday then, and we'll get there, and then we'll just chill. But on the last 2 days, they announced, there's a Friday event. So that sort of screwed up all of our plans. So in the future, you probably should announce that, we do have something on the Friday at the last second. You probably need to plan that out a bit more, because people are planning to travel interstate. That it sort of screws with their things. It wasn't really a big deal, because the Friday night event was just a chiller. We just went to the North Gong Hotel. Lovely hotel. Everyone should go to North Gong. Bit mouldy, but the food's pretty good, even if it is a bit expensive, and the beer's nice. So yeah. We went there, we just chilled. I beat Pazex. I destroyed Pazex, actually. It was really sad for him. He was a real saddo after that. Pazex, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for that, but you got thoroughly stomped. Yes. Anyway, um, that was, that could have been organised a bit better the Friday, but it's like whatever. It was just a chiller day anyway. It wasn't really a big deal. On the Saturday, the pool scheduling was a bit lenient. I think they were a bit scared because they got 100 people and so they were like, oh crap, we need this much time, but pools actually take a lot less time than people think if you do them well, and they had a lot more setups. GVP people brought in heaps. They really helped out. So shout outs to Pedro, Kelp, Bussy, all the newy people. They really pulled through. So yeah, good on them. The problem was like it was 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock was the pools, and then we started pools again at 4. So like I had doubles, played doubles till like 11, and then had to wait 6 hours for my pool. It definitely could have been a lot quicker. We could have started pools at like 2, probably. I think they were just a bit worried about the amount of time that they had, which is fine. But it just means like people are waiting ages for pools, and it's really, I think that's one of the worst feelings when you're just sitting there just like waiting for pools, worried about not getting out. I think really tight pool scheduling is really important, but it's a very dangerous balancing act because if you do it if you don't give enough time, then you sort of shoot yourself in the foot, and you don't give yourself enough time and you shoot yourself in the foot, and you can very easily run late. I'd rather we start at 2 and we run late, yeah, then we just arbitrarily wait 2 hours doing nothing because we said, well, we have to start at 4, I would rather if we said we started at 2 but then we start at 2:30, because it's like, oh, we're 30 minutes late but we're not wasting 2 hours. So that's another thing that could have been fixed. Other than that, the projector was a bit shitty. Like the colouring, it came back in the last game of Grand Finals and it looked fabulous. And if it was like that the whole time, it would have been awesome. But unfortunately, it wasn't. So yeah. So now they've got all those out of the way. I think all those are generally pretty minor things, by the way. So when I'm saying this, I know I sound very negative, but those are just things I just want the Thought Brothers to know about. I think they did a fabulous job running this thing. Few people were complaining about seating. I completely disagree with that. I think you people are dumb and saddos. Seating was fine. There were a few things I can't remember off the top of my head that when I looked at I was like, huh. But it was nothing like major. The problem was Killy lost to me, so he went through and took out a bunch of people. Waveguider lost to Duan, which he wasn't supposed to, and took out a bunch of ACT people, which was really sad. On top of that, Yehya lost to Glace, so then he had to verse Snugs, which was pretty sad. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff like that where it's like people get upset. Unfortunately, at a major Smash 4, it's just the game we play. Things are inconsistent, and people will have diverse people from another state. A lot of Sydney people were complaining, oh, I have diverse other Sydney peoples and it gives me the runs. Shut up, you're in Sydney. Well, not you're in Sydney, but you're in New South Wales. You're going to have diverse other New South Wales people. It's a bloody New South Wales major. God damn. Regardless, people, regardless, you took up like 25 spots, I want to say. If you take up more than half the bracket, then you will have to verse someone if you play more than one game. If you play more than one set, you will have to verse someone. My first set was with Leisha, So, what can you do? Anyway, so yeah, people were complaining about seating. I think the seating was fine. What I think was done really well was, one, venue was hella sick this year. Really good stuff. Two, the stream was a shit ton better this year. I think the overlay could have looked a bit better. I had another look. I saw it at first and I thought, wow, that looks really good. And I looked back at it and there was like a little box for the up here for the player cam. I think that looked ugly, and they switched it between commentator and player cam. I think that looked pretty ugly. They should have done something a bit different to that, had like a separate overlay for player cams, or maybe put the two player cams, down here. You can split one webcam feed and get two player, outputs. So definitely should have tried that. But other than that, the stream went really well. We had a lot of viewers, which is really exciting. I mean, Shulk in top 3, and, Boozer, not Boozer, I always call Bowser Boozer. Bowser, Olimar, Shulk in top 3 is pretty exciting for most people. So I think a lot of people came for that, not necessarily the Australians. But it was still really, really cool to see. So I'm really happy that a lot of people got around it. So yeah, stream was a lot better. The stream area where we watched was a lot better, even though the projector wasn't as good. So I think it was a very big step up from Expand Gong 1. I think 100 entrants was awesome. I think a lot of people coming out was awesome. And I'm really, 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 really happy with how the event ran. I think it was ripper. The after party was goddamn hilarious, and I'll cover more of that in my second part. This part's just going to be about everything. This part's just... Next is going to be my tournament experience. This part's more going to be about, how I think the event ran and how everything went. Yeah, so I think it was really, really good, and I'm really glad. So I'll just do quick TO shout-outs. Forpa, you did a great job, dude. You looked out for us hella hard. Even when I was gaslit because we lost $50, you looked out for me. Go follow this man. I want to say, and I should really, really know this before recording my video, but I'm a goose. I'm number 1 goose Australia. That's my claim to fame. I'm the number 1 goose in Australia. I'm just bringing this up. You can follow the young god, the Gong boy, Forpa. I want to say at... Looking it up now. At 4parx. I thought it was that. You can look him up at 4parx on Twitter. Follow that boy right now. Yeah, so definitely follow him. At Wacken was another... He was more of an unsung hero of the tournament. My boy Dees of Dooford. Yeah, Wacken. I'm looking up his tag now so I know. Yeah, at _Wacken. Fat Bandit. Follow him. He's awesome. I don't know who else TO'd, to be quite honest. Prods. At _AU Prods. I'm pretty sure it is. Lovely guy. He does more of the FGC side stuff, but he's also a fantastic guy. Andrew Proudly. So yeah, shout outs to all the TOs. Event was awesome. Chills were awesome. Watch part 2 for more my personal experience on the whole event and what I thought. Thanks, guys.